part of the impulsive episode with Daddy Dom, Logan was talking about when he was going to become a full-timer in WWE. And if you ask some people, that was going to be when he became United States champion. That was going to be this year because he's even said it. Like, he's claimed it before. But in this most recent interview, he said that he's shooting for next year. He really wants to like do it all. And when asked for some sort of clarification, Dom asked, like, do you mean like TV and like PLEs and live events? And he said live events. So that basically means house shows. Like, and so to me, it's just frustrating because I get how naturally gifted he is in wrestling, and I wouldn't say that seeing his matches have not been entertaining. I'd be lying if I said like I haven't sat there and watched them, been like, wow, okay, this is crazy. I can't believe he's doing this, blah, 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 blah. The problem that I have is that he's had this mindset, and yet they still put a title on him. And it's like, it was such a waste, you know, like, especially when we're thinking about SummerSlam, because SummerSlam just passed. Think about last year's SummerSlam, where everybody was so upset that LA Knight wasn't on the card. And the fact that they went bananas over this man winning a Slim Jim Battle Royal. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, when they eventually decided to put the title on Logan Paul, that could have easily been when they put it on LA Knight instead. Like, if Logan had no intention of being a full-timer or even showing up at all, it's like, what a wasted opportunity that was for him to be a champion, you know? I mean, I guess the only good thing is no one's really going to ever remember that he was a United States champion because his reign is so forgettable. Like, you don't it's not going to be acknowledged in a year, you know?
No, it won't be acknowledged by like wrestling fans. No,
Yeah.
it won't.
So I just hope that with him putting this out there, you know, that WWE will act accordingly. Like, do not just give him another title shot. Stop giving him these big matches, because if he's not planning to be there, then what are we doing? There are people who are there every single week busting their ass to just get on TV. But this guy will show up once every 3 months, and you decide to give him a world heavyweight title world heavyweight title match. You give him the main event in Saudi. You do this, you do that. It's like, come on. And I don't even believe that he'll be a full-timer next year because, as we were saying before we went live, he's having a baby. I find it very hard to believe that he'll ever become a full-timer. I don't see that happening. Because the schedule is crazy, and he's already has his hands in so many different business ventures right now. Like, I don't think he'll be able to dedicate the time and energy and training that it takes to be a full-time wrestler. So it's like, let's just call it what it is. You're going to be a part-timer. You just kind of want to like dabble in wrestling. Maybe you grew up a fan, which he didn't, but you know what I mean? It's like, maybe you wanted to try this out. Now you can check it off your bucket list. That's fine. But like, let's not do more than that. Let's just accept it for what it is and just book him as if he's a part-timer. I think that's the most appropriate way to approach it, honestly.
I think doing house shows is a good step in the right direction for him, though, to be more part of the locker room and, you know, feel that, because he could just say, no, I'm only on live shows. But to do house shows, that's a different type of show. If you're in WWE, that is a whole different type of show.
I think that he should also be showing up for SmackDowns, though. It's like, you can't, like, no one's going to care if he just shows up on a Saturday live event. You know, like, do some SmackDowns too. Like,
yeah, do some SmackDowns if there's something. But the problem is that the way we view like wrestling fans, and we're talking about him really, is that we want to see him be a full-timer, but we also kind of don't, because we want to see other people get the opportunity.
Yeah.
So like, his best bet is to be a part-timer.
I think that my thing is if he's going to be a full-timer, I can get to a point where I'm like, okay, fine, he's a full-timer, he's on TV, he's doing this, he's doing that. It makes sense for him to get this match or to get that spot, whatever. But it's when you're a part-timer and you only want to show up when the paycheck is the biggest. That's when I have the problem, because then you're like, that's when you're really taking opportunities away from people. If you are on the road or you're working hard and you're on SmackDown every week, whatever, like that, at least I can be like, okay, well, he's earned it, you know? But when you just show up in time for the Royal Rumble or for the Saudi show or for, you know, WrestleMania, it's like, yeah, that's not cool. You literally show up 2 weeks before WrestleMania and you're handed a match. Like, what are we doing?